Before the world wakes up, before the noise begins, there is a sacred silence that belongs only to you. It's the soft space between your first breath and your first thought. That fleeting moment where you are still whole, untouched by the day. That is the doorway. That is where peace begins. But most of us miss it. We wake up and immediately hand our mind back to the world, to notifications, worries, plans, memories, noise. We begin to run before we even know where we're going, and so every morning becomes a continuation of yesterday's chaos. But Buddhism teaches something different, something radical in its simplicity. If you can master the first moments of your morning, you can master your entire day. Because morning isn't just a time, it's a state of consciousness, a chance to remember who you are before the world tells you who to be. So, take a deep breath. Feel the air move gently through your chest. Let your shoulders drop, your face soften, and your mind open. This morning is not just another morning. It's an invitation, a sacred beginning. And today, we'll walk through 5 Buddhist truths. 5 gentle reminders that can transform your mornings into a sanctuary of awareness, calm, and renewal. These aren't affirmations you force yourself to believe. They're ancient wisdom, simple, steady, and alive, waiting to be felt, not memorized. So, as the light of dawn touches your room, let's begin. Affirmations truth number 1. I am not my thoughts. When you first wake up, the mind rushes in like a river breaking its dam. 1,000 thoughts flood in. What you need to do, what you didn't do, who said what could go wrong. But here's a truth that can change everything. You are not your thoughts. You are the space through which thoughts pass, not the noise they make. Buddhism calls this awareness the watcher. It's the silent witness within you, the sky behind the clouds. Your thoughts are clouds. They move, they change shape, they gather, they break apart. But the sky remains untouched. When you wake and hear the first voice in your mind, that anxious whisper, that self-criticism, that flood of plans, pause. Don't rush to push it away or to follow it. Simply notice. That moment of noticing is freedom. The Buddha once said, "Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded." But he also taught that thoughts have no true owner. They arise, they fade, and they pass like wind through bamboo, only dangerous when you mistake them for yourself. So when your mind says, "I'm tired, I'm behind," or "I'm not enough," gently smile and respond, "That's just a thought, not the truth." When you learn to separate your being from your thinking, your morning becomes a meditation. Even as you make coffee, even as you walk or shower, everything slows, becomes clearer. You begin to see that peace isn't the absence of thought. It's the ability to watch thought without drowning in it. Try this simple practice. The moment you wake, before touching your phone, sit up slowly and place your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. Then whisper softly, "Before the world enters my mind, I choose peace." I am not my thoughts. Then breathe deeply, in, out, and watch the thoughts come and go, like waves on the shore. At first, the mind will resist. It will demand attention. But over time, as you keep returning to awareness, something begins to shift. The thoughts still come, but they lose their grip. They pass through you instead of pulling you under. And in that space, you discover something profound. You are not the storm. You are the stillness beneath it. When you wake with this understanding, even difficult mornings soften. You realize that no matter what happens today, the true you, the silent witness, remains untouched. There is a peace deeper than your emotions, a calm beyond circumstance, and that peace is not found, it's remembered, because it has always been there, quietly waiting beneath the noise. So every morning remind yourself, I am not my thoughts, I am the silence beneath them. Say it not as an idea, but as a returning, a homecoming. Feel it. Let it settle in your breath, in your chest, in the stillness of this moment. Then, as you step into the day, carry that awareness like a gentle flame. Let it guide your words, your choices, your pace. Let it remind you, you are not here to chase peace, you are here to remember it. And when the noise returns, as it always does, you'll know where to return. Back to that first truth, back to the silence that never leaves. Truth number 2. Everything I need already exists within me. There's a quiet ache that lives in most hearts, a feeling that something is missing, that we're not enough yet. We chase achievements, relationships, recognition, possessions, as if one more thing will finally make us feel whole. But here's the truth. You were already complete before you began searching. Buddhism teaches that the illusion of lack, this constant sense of not enough, is one of the deepest roots of suffering. We mistake the reflection for the source, the outer for the inner, the echo for the song. When you wake each morning, you might feel the pull, the desire to fix, to improve, to prove. But before you reach for the outside world, pause and remember, everything I need already exists within me. You already carry compassion. It's the warmth you feel when you see another suffer. You already carry wisdom. It's the quiet knowing that whispers what is right. You already carry strength. It's what brought you through your darkest nights. The Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. And that's the invitation, to stop searching outward for what can only be found inward. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a seed, small, still, hidden beneath the soil. Within that seed lives the entire forest. The tree, the leaves, the roots, the shade, all of it exists in potential, waiting only for the right conditions to unfold. You are that seed, your peace, your joy, your clarity. They already live inside you. Your job is not to create them, but to remember them. Every time you breathe consciously, you water that seed. Every time you choose kindness over judgment, you help it grow. Every time you sit in silence instead of seeking distraction, you allow the inner light to rise through the cracks of your being. So this morning, remind yourself, you are not empty, you are vast. You are not lost, you are learning your way home. And everything you seek has been waiting for you, right here, all along. Let this truth settle deep in your breath. And as you move through the day, may you carry yourself not with the energy of seeking, but with the quiet grace of remembering. Because when you stop trying to become enough, you finally realize you already are. Truth number 3. Nothing outside me has the power to disturb my peace. The world can be loud. People can be harsh. Life can be unpredictable. But beneath all of it, there is a stillness that cannot be touched, and that stillness is you. No one can truly disturb your peace. They can only disturb your permission to keep it. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha said, "Nothing can harm the person who refuses to let their mind be troubled." This doesn't mean you have to be numb or detached. It means you have a choice, a sacred power, to decide what enters your inner space. Imagine your mind as a calm lake. When someone throws a stone, ripples form. You cannot control the stone, but you can control how long you stare at the ripples. Most of our suffering doesn't come from what happens. It comes from how long we hold on to it. Each morning, you have a choice: to react or to remain, to mirror the chaos or to reflect peace. The practice is simple, though not always easy. When something upsets you, pause. Take a single, deliberate breath. Then remind yourself, I choose not to give this my peace. Because your peace is precious. The more you protect it, the more power it gains. You begin to notice that the loudest person cannot shake your calm, that delays and disappointments lose their sting, that even when things don't go your way, you still have access to an unbroken quiet within. Buddhism calls this equanimity, the ability to remain balanced amid the highs and lows of life. It's not suppression, it's awareness. You see everything, feel everything, but you are not owned by anything. So when someone speaks in anger, you can listen without absorbing their fire. When something doesn't go as planned, you can adjust without losing your center. When life feels heavy, you can breathe into the weight until it becomes light again. This is true power, the power to remain peaceful even when the world is not. You don't need to control people to stay calm. You only need to stop letting them control your energy. Every morning, before you face the world, whisper, "Nothing outside me has the power to disturb my peace." Say it gently but firmly, like a boundary made of light. Then imagine wrapping your peace around you like a soft, invisible robe. Carry it through the day, and no matter what happens, remember, you are the guardian of your inner temple. The door only opens if you let it. Truth number 4. Today, I choose presence over pressure. Most people begin their day in a rush. The alarm rings, the mind races, the body moves automatically, as if life were a fire to put out rather than a gift to wake into. But what if instead of chasing time, you entered time? What if instead of rushing through your morning, you inhabited it, breath by breath, step by step, like a walking meditation? Buddhism reminds us that suffering often begins the moment we believe we are running out of time. But time is not against you. It's the space in which life unfolds. The Buddha said, "The trouble is, you think you have time, not to scare us, but to awaken us to the truth that each moment is precious because it is passing." So, instead of asking, "How much can I do today?" ask, "How present can I be with whatever I do?" When you wash your hands, feel the water. When you eat, taste your food slowly. When you speak to someone, really listen. Each small act becomes sacred when done with awareness. Presence doesn't mean you stop achieving. It means you stop abandoning yourself while you achieve. It's not about being less productive. It's about being more alive while you create. Pressure says, "Hurry up." Presence whispers, "Slow down. This moment will never come again." So each morning, place your hand on your heart and say, "Today, I choose presence over pressure." Say it until it becomes a rhythm in your breathing, a way of walking, a way of living. And when the noise of the world tries to pull you back into the rush, just smile gently. Take one deep breath and return. The most important thing in life is not to move fast, but to move consciously. Truth, number 5. I am letting go so life can flow. Holding on feels safe. We cling to plans, people, outcomes, believing control will protect us. But control is only an illusion, and a heavy one. The tighter we grip, the less we can feel. The more we resist change, the more it hurts when life moves anyway. The bamboo bends with the wind, not because it is weak, but because it understands strength comes from flexibility. So this truth, the final one, is a gentle reminder from the Buddha's path. Let go, not to lose, but to be free. Let go of yesterday's weight. Let go of the story that says you should already be somewhere else. Let go of the need to know exactly how life will unfold. Each morning is an act of surrender, not in defeat, but in faith. Faith that life knows what it's doing. Faith that the universe, karma, and your own heart are working together in ways you cannot yet see. Letting go doesn't mean apathy. It means trust. Trust in impermanence. Trust in growth. Trust in the quiet intelligence that guides every breath, every sunrise, every ending and beginning. When you let go, you make space for new peace, new love, new understanding. So as the day begins, whisper softly, I let go of control. I trust life to unfold. Feel how those words loosen the body, how the breath deepens, how your shoulders drop, how your heart opens just a little wider. You begin to realize that life was never asking you to control it. It was only asking you to dance with it. And when you stop resisting, everything begins to flow again. Like rivers returning to the ocean, like dawn returning to the sky, you return to your natural state. Peace. Closing. A morning of awareness. Now, breathe deeply. You've walked through 5 truths, 5 quiet awakenings. I am not my thoughts. Everything I need already exists within me. Nothing outside me has the power to disturb my peace. Today, I choose presence over pressure. I am letting go so life can flow. These aren't just words, they are mirrors, reflecting back to you who you've always been beneath the noise. Each morning, you are given a chance to begin again, not by doing more, but by remembering more. Remembering your stillness, your light, your breath, your peace. And when you live from that remembrance, the world doesn't get easier. You simply become softer, clearer, freer. You stop being at war with the moment and start becoming one with it. So, tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone, before you think of yesterday or tomorrow, just sit quietly. Feel your breath. Whisper these truths again. Let them settle into your bones, and let your morning become your meditation. Because the goal isn't to escape the world, it's to carry peace into it. And if you forget, that's okay. Every sunrise is a reminder. You can always begin again. Thank you, invitation. Thank you for being here, for sharing this sacred space of calm and awareness. Your presence makes this community of peace and reflection even more meaningful. If these words touched your heart, I invite you to subscribe to Dawn Light, a space for Buddhist wisdom, guided meditations, and gentle reminders to breathe, reflect, and awaken each day with compassion. Subscribe. Breathe deeply. Live softly. Begin again. You are not your thoughts. You are not your worries. You are the dawn, quiet, radiant, and endlessly new. Start your day in peace.